Hi friends, welcome back to the Saffron Box. I'm Yamini Sharma, and today in this video I'm going to be talking about the month of October 2021. What are the important planetary transits and how do these planetary transits affect all of us? So I'm going to be talking about all the 12 signs, all the 12 ascendants from Aries till Pisces. I'll talk about the transits first, and then thereafter I'll go sign wise. You can go check out the stamps which I always put in the video, and in the comment section also you'll find the timestamp so that you can go to the relevant sign and accordingly listen to what the month holds for you. So before I go ahead, also do remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and if you like the content, do not forget to share it with your family and friends as well. So I'll begin with the transit for the month of October 2021. What are the important transits? So first of all, if I talk about Sun is leaving the sign of Virgo on the 17th of October and moving on to its sign of debilitation, that is Libra, on the 17th. So Sun gets debilitated this month. We have Mercury staying within the sign of Virgo. It is currently in the sign of Libra, moves back to the sign of Virgo, becomes direct as well by the middle of the month. Then we have Venus moving to the sign of Scorpio, getting conjunct with Ketu, again a very important conjunction. And then we have Mars moving out of the sign of Virgo to the sign of Libra on the 22nd of October. So by the last week, say 22nd of October, we see an exchange of houses between Mars and Venus as well. So then we have Jupiter turning direct on the 18th of October. Jupiter is currently in retrograde motion and becomes direct on the 18th October itself within the sign of Capricorn. Then we have Saturn. Saturn is also retrograde in motion currently in the sign of Capricorn itself. So Saturn also becomes direct on the 11th of October. So this month sees two major planets, Jupiter and Saturn, Brihaspati and Shani, turning direct, which sorts out a lot of issues for a lot of people. It's a month of relief, I would say. Then we have Rahu in the sign of Taurus and Ketu in the sign of Scorpio. So they are going to be there for another 6 months. So this month, as I mentioned, it's interesting because Jupiter and Saturn are turning direct, Sun is getting into debilitation, Mars and Venus are exchanging signs. So what does this month hold for us? So I'll start with Aries as such. See, for Aries, this is a month where you can actually be optimistic. Optimistic about what? Optimistic about your work, about how you shine, how you come out in the world, right? So the spotlight maybe which was denied to you till now, you kind of start getting that spotlight. You start getting results at workplace, and this effect is going to come gradually. It's not going to start it's not going to just happen overnight. It's going to come in gradually, and you'll feel the relief at workplace with respect to your work, with respect to your recognition, your relationships with your superiors and at workplace. And what kind of work are you actually doing? So you get a little sorted as to what should you focus on, how should you go about your work. That is something which I see you focusing in the weeks to come. Then we also see some kind of conflict which you might have been dealing with. We see some resolution there, right? So we have Jupiter casting its aspect on the 6th house, on the 2nd house. In fact, your Eartha trine is pretty activated as of now. And this month actually we see Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, we have Sun, Mercury, Mars, so many planets in your Eartha trine. So a lot of energy goes into sorting out any kind of a conflict, any kind of a issue with opposition, etc., dealing with loan issues, dealing with health issues, and I would say you deal with all this and come out in a better way, come out better after dealing with all this. That is something which I definitely see for you this month. This month also tells you not to be very, very aggressive. Mars in the 6th along with Sun, at least for the first half of the month, might make you a little aggressive or a little impatient as to how you go about dealing with people. But I think this is something which you need to overcome. Be a little swift and smart about how you're going to handle problems around you, how you're going to handle the opposition around you. Family conflicts could also arise if you do not keep a tight check on the way you speak. Venus and Ketu from the 8th are aspecting your second house directly, and with the presence of Rahu over there, with the Sun and Mars in the 6th, I do not see this as a very bright situation in terms of handling family matters. So the remedy out is actually to work on your communication, choose your words wisely, and not land into any trouble, or do things which might result in some conflict or disagreement. Then any kind of speaking of conflicts, any kind of conflicts with children should also be avoided. So handle your children also softly. And when it comes to your marriage, your business partnership, etc., I would say you will see a lot of action over here. Some of you might also see cementing of their marriage alliances. You might work towards cementing a partnership in business, going a step forward, maybe formalizing things. So that is something which you can focus on this entire month. Marital tensions might be here. Venus, the Karka of marriage, the Karka of relationship, is in the 8th for you along with Ketu. So this is a general advice for, in fact, all signs. The love and the romance factor would get hit for a lot of people, because this entire conjunction Venus with Ketu actually dries up a lot of emotions, dries up a lot of things around you. So with respect to your marriage, this could also show some coldness in relationships with your spouse. You may not like to communicate as much, and that could lead to a drift between you two, or that could lead to a sort of lack of communication, or a problem like situation between you two. So this is something which you need to handle. This month, I would say, if you communicate well and communicate in a proper tone, proper manner, things would look up better for you. Then moving on to the next sign, that is Taurus. See, for Taurus, you see the Lagnesh is moving to the 7th house. Venus is moving to the 7th house, aspecting the Lagna directly. But it is also conjunct with Ketu. So Venus and Ketu conjunction we see in the 7th house. We see Jupiter and Saturn becoming direct in the 9th house. It's going to be very helpful for a lot of people with Taurus ascendant as such. Then we have the Sun-Mars conjunction in the 5th house. Till the time Mars moves on, Sun moves on again to the 6th house for you. So here I would say that the first impact which I see as soon as I see this chart is a lot of care in relationships. This is not a time to take impulsive decisions with regard to any marriage alliance, with regard to any partnership, or any kind of a step towards any new relationship. So this is a time where you need to be a little careful and maybe pend things for some time. So if you know that there's a new match coming up, maybe you are looking forward to cementing a marriage alliance, I would suggest that you wait out for some more time, wait out for another month, and then move ahead. Your marital life could also put you in a little bit of discomfort, or you might feel a little dissatisfied with the way your relationship is with your spouse. So Venus here along with Ketu, there could be a lot of heated arguments sometimes there could be no communication as well. So that is something which you need to kind of take it in your stride, and then by the end of the month let things go and wait for some changes to happen. Those of you who are in any kind of a troubled marriage, or there's some problem major problem which you're facing already in your marriage, could also see some traction happening over here. That is something which I would definitely like to flag. Your love life or your romantic relationships also, I do not see very positive results in the month of October 2021. Now, when Venus is aspecting your Lagna, The positive part is that it also gives you some strength to face the world. How you're going to present yourself, how you're going to face the world is what Venus would like to focus on, right? So you could work on yourself, what kind of how do you conduct, what kind of a communication do you have, how you're going to present yourself to anybody is what you would see yourself focusing on. The first half of the month is good in terms of family matters, family business, some gains you might see coming. Second half could actually bring in some amount of conflict in the home environment, some disturbance in the domestic front. So try to manage that. It could be a temporary solution, or some of you might be moving out of your house and change of residence, some discomfort for some time. So loss of comfort, homely comfort is what I see in the second half of the month. Second half of the month is also a time where you should take care of your mother, especially if she's already not going through a very good phase of health. So definitely do that. People in the service sector, I would say, would see major changes. There could be changes around in your atmosphere, in your environment. Anyways, things are opening up, so a lot of people are going back to work. There could be changes which might affect you directly. So depending on the time, depending on the major period which you're undergoing, these changes could be for the better, or may not be as good as we want them to be, but some changes are definitely seen. Those of you who have any kind of a dental problem or eye related problems also should be very careful. So if your dental checkup is long due, do definitely go and get your teeth checked. Eye troubles also are on the annual, so you could actually go and check your eyes as well. So eyes, teeth, skin related issues are something which you should definitely be on the guard for. Then also slowly and gradually, as Jupiter is becoming direct, Saturn is becoming direct, I would say opportunities open up work wise. Those of you who have who are looking at some business coming in, looking at things opening up, looking at new business opportunities, I would say the second half would bring in some traction, could bring in some new news where you could actually look at advancing your business, advancing your work front, deal with more people also as such. Right, so that was about Taurus. I'll move on to the next sign of Gemini. See, for Gemini, this month Mercury, the Lagnesh, is exalted in its own sign of Virgo. It's the Mool Trikon sign for Mercury as well. Then we also have Sun as the conjunct planet in the 4th house. But one thing which raises a little red flag is the conjunction of Mars also in the 4th house, right? Then we have Sun and Mars moving out of the 4th house, moving to the 5th house, to the sign of Libra. We have a Venus Ketu conjunction in your 6th house, and Jupiter and Saturn in the 8th house, now retrograde in future in the month of October, becoming direct as well. So I would say with Mercury being in a strong position, it's retrograde, it's going to be becoming direct by the middle of the month as well. So this is a time when you focus on your self-confidence, you focus on how you talk to people, how are you coming across, what kind of a personality are you showing to people, what is the kind of persona which you are emitting. So this is something which you'll focus on. You'll focus on your communication. A lot of you will focus on how you look, maybe changing your looks for some time. So these kind of things would take up a lot of your time. The way you put your ideas or your opinions across the table, whether it is a client or somebody senior at work or any new person whom you meet, whom you need to convince, is what you will focus your energy on. So you'll use your communication skills and try to make the best out of the situation. Try to convince people, negotiate your way through. This month is good for all this, especially the first half. Then family wise or financially, I would say also this month brings in good results. So Jupiter and Saturn becoming direct in the 8th house could actually impact your second house of wealth. You could see some of you could also see some unearned gain coming to them. It could be by way of inheritance, it could be by way of some income tax returns, some excess tax coming back to you, or something like that. Anything which you were not anticipating, which you had not planned for, but it gives you some gains. So some unexpected gains, unexpected help in terms of money. It could be a small amount, it could be a bigger amount, but you could gain in terms of your gain in terms of money. Then these changes, a lot of people will also see some changes in terms of their family business, or the way their savings of the business is working. So you might look at new ways of investing. You might get some very good counsel as to how do you go about investing your money, growing your money, etc. So that is something which I see, especially for the Gemini ascendant. And wealth wise, I would say focus on this, focus on yourself, focus on the way your money is going to grow this entire month. That should be the focus area for you this entire month. Those of you who have any kind of a health related issue in terms of nervous disorders, or in case you have any diabetes or sugar related problems, should also be a little careful. So go in for your regular checkups. Do not skip on your medicine. Maintain a good health routine to stay healthy. That is something which you should definitely focus on. Then those of you who are looking at cracking some exams, or you are appearing for some competitive exams, etc., trying to beat some competition, I would say you need to prepare more, put in more hard work. Okay, you need to be better prepared for handling all these things. So I see more hard work than results coming in this entire month. If you're looking at picking up a loan, I would tell you that you need to be a little more careful. See whether it is really necessary. Do not get into debt unnecessarily. That is something which you should definitely do. This is also a good time for any kind of a spiritual pursuits. So you want to go into meditation, you want to go to a go and meet some spiritual personality, some guru, spend some time in some satsang, some temples, etc. I think this is a very good time. This will help you really calm down and focus on yourself as well, and build your confidence. Then I move on to the next sign of Cancer. So for Cancer, you see we have the planets Jupiter and Saturn currently in the 7th house, aspecting the ascendant, and Jupiter and Saturn both become direct. On the 18th, Jupiter becomes direct, and on the 11th of October, Saturn becomes direct. So the impact of two major planets on the ascendant is good. It brings in a lot of maturity, or rather, it lets you think well, lets you plan well, take more mature decisions, etc. Especially when it comes to your own self, things related to you, the way you're handling relationships, your marriage, any kind of a partnership, business. The presence of Jupiter and Saturn over here in the 7th house is actually going to help you seal deals, right? So then we also have Sun, which is the second lord, moving on to the 4th, right? So it is currently in the 3rd house. It will move on to the 4th house under debilitation. So here also I would say that this is a time where you might put in a lot of hard work, in matters related to your home, matters related to your education, etc., depending on the phase of life you are in. So some of you will put in a lot of energy, will put in a lot of focus on domestic issues. Younger people, those who are still studying, will have to focus a lot on education, on cracking competitions, etc. So a lot of hard work is what I see especially for those in educational pursuits or those in the field of education as well. um, there could be disturbances in the family matters, especially with regard to your younger siblings. We have Sun, Mars, Mercury, three planets in the third house, and Mars and Mercury are inimical towards each other as well. We have Sun, again, a lot of heat is getting created. So, what is happening is there could be chances of some kind of a conflict or fights with your younger sibling. So, that is something which you'll have to keep in check. Love life or romantic life for many would not rather bring in results as you expect. You may get into some kind of a clashes with your love partner, some kind of disagreements, arguments, etc. is what I see. Venus and Ketu in the fifth house could actually create these disturbances. You may also feel that your creativity is kind of getting blocked. You are not able to give those creative ideas or work as creatively as you were doing or you want to. So these things could also create a little bit of frustration in you, but I would say that this is a temporary phase which can actually pass off, right? So once it passes off, it's going to be back to normal. So Venus and Ketu conjunction over here is something which produces a very drying effect. So your creativity or the way you're thinking, how you're juggling through situations could get hit. So you need to take it in your stride as well. Mars also enters the fourth house. So that is where I'm talking about the, little discomfort in the family environment as well. Now, those who are looking at marriages, or those who are looking at sealing a new business deal, making some new business trip, looking at some new partner, could actually see some progress happening over there. And I think it's very, very important to keep your eyes and ears open and grab the opportunities which come to you. Then I move on to the next sign of Leo. So for Leo, you see, this is an important month. The Lagnesh Sun gets under debilitation. So Sun, which is currently in the second house in the sign of Virgo, moves out of the sign of Virgo, moves to Libra, third house, on the 17th of October. So here, when the Lagnesh is under debilitation, first of all, do take care of your health. Though the position of Sun is not as bad, but when the Lagnesh is getting under debilitation, it is very, very important that you keep your general vitality strong. Right, so keep your health checkups done in time. Do not ignore your health. Maintain a good daily routine as well in terms of your diet, exercise, etc. So a lot of physical energy which you have should be spent in the right manner, at the right place, especially with the presence of Mars here along with Sun, and Mars is going to move on along with Sun to the sign of Libra as well later on. So the energy which you have, a lot of energy which you have, physical energy, mental energy, make sure that you channelize it in the right direction. That is very, very important for the Leo ascendant. Then this is also a time to take financial decisions. A lot of you will come into situations where you will have to take some call on financial matters when it's concerning your family business or your savings, your accumulated wealth. So you might find some new ways of investing, some new avenues to grow your money. It's time to actually focus a lot on all these issues, focus a lot on the wealth issues, and take a very wise and informed decision. That is very, very important. And in case you are undergoing any conflict within your family, with your siblings, or within the family, if you are in a joint family and there's some conflict there, this is the right time to start resolving the conflict, right? So to come out of stress, to give away your mental stress, take it off, resolve the conflicts, come face to face with people, speak out openly. I think that will really help you out this entire month. Then this is also a time to focus a lot on your children. So your children are going to take away a lot of your energy, take away a lot of your time. So focus on them, A lot of Leo ascendant people I know would be focusing on their children's education. This is a time where you'll actually have to put in a lot towards their education, towards their daily routine, get involved more with them. That is something which you'll really have to do. Then any kind of a pending legal matter would also start showing some progress. Something which was stuck, maybe you had a file stuck somewhere, maybe you had something pending or stuck because there was not enough documentation in place. This month you will find that things have started moving. You're able to resume work. Any long pending legal work starts moving. People start supporting you. You start getting opportunities to resolve issues, and I really think that you should make use of this time. Business related matters could also be there. You will see a lot of activity over there as well. Your seventh lord Saturn is becoming direct. Jupiter Saturn conjunction is there in the sixth house. So a lot of your business related travel, business related work could actually, you could see some traction over there. So keep your eyes and ears open for new opportunities, I would say, because slowly and gradually things will start moving back to track for you. This is also a time to be a little careful about your communication at work. So how are you communicating? How are your words being taken by other people, especially by your superiors, your bosses at work, is something which you should be a little careful about. So make sure that whatever you're writing, putting down on paper is nice and proper, and you're not lax with your paperwork. That is something which you should really take care of. Then I move on to the next sign of Virgo. So for Virgo, we see that the ascendant Lord Mercury is in the ascendant. It will become direct also in the month of October. And we have Sun, we have Mars. Sun moves out of your ascendant on the 17th of October, goes to your second house. Mars also moves on some few days later. We have Jupiter and Saturn in your Trikona Bhav in the fifth house becoming direct as well. Venus Ketu conjunction is there in the third house. So a lot of important activities, a lot of important transits in terms of planetary movements are happening for you. This is a time when you should actually focus on yourself, focus on how to grow yourself, how to make yourself more updated in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your communication skills, any kind of a upgrade you want in terms of your professional qualifications. I think this is the time you should really work on it. Those of you who are in the field of education also see some good opportunities coming up, and this is actually a time to build up yourself, communicate with a lot of confidence, but be very, very careful about not being overconfident, right? So that is something which I would definitely like to focus on. You could use your communication towards a lot of things, towards your, at your work, with your bosses, with your in your work environment. You communicate a lot, or rather you should communicate a lot to get things done. So use your communication skills very, very effectively. That is something which you should be focusing on this entire month. Any kind of a conflict which you have, say, ongoing with your neighbors or with your siblings could take away your time and energy. So that is something which you should see, maybe pen for some time and not deal with it for some time, because it will just take away a lot of your time and energy. So conflicts with your siblings, conflicts with your neighbors could be there, which you need to handle maturely or maybe avoid for some time. This is also a time where you should take care of your father's health. Very important. Take care also of your relationship with your father. So any kind of a disagreement or conflict which you have, I think it's time to start resolving that. This is also a very good month for you to use your creativity, use your vision to see where you're going, to plan long term. and I think this is you should be doing this, especially when the especially when the Lagnesh Lord Mercury is when the ascendant Lord is in the ascendant, Mercury is sitting strong over there, Jupiter and Saturn are becoming direct in the 5th house. This is a time where you should actually look at the future plans, how you're going to go about your future plans, what is your planning for your life ahead. That is something which you should really work on this entire month. It will give you good results. Apart from that, what should you be careful about in terms of health? I think any electricity related work, any fire related incidents, there's a possibility there, so that you get hurt or get some injury because of this. Stay away from untamed fire incidences. You have to be very careful. Electricity shocks, these things could actually bother you, so stay away if you're handling these things, and be very careful while you're driving as well. So chances of some cuts, some injuries are also there, and you've got to be careful there. Then we move on to the next sign of Libra. So for Libra, this month we see the ascendant Lord Venus moving to the 2nd house, that is the house of Mars, Scorpio, getting conjunct with Ketu. And then in the ascendant, we see the entry of Sun on the 17th of October. Sun comes under debilitation also over here. And then we see Mars following up after a few days. Jupiter and Saturn are in your 4th house. They are retrograde in motion currently, but they become direct. And what does this bring for you? This brings a lot of, I would say, a spark of new energy for you. Sun, your 11th Lord, is coming to the ascendant. Some gains come to you, so you feel a little motivated to do more. So this is a time to bring up your motivation levels, pull up your socks to do something new, so to think of something new, and generally come out of any kind of a demotivation or demotivated state that you were in. So the planets are going to help here. Some monetary gains will come. Some people from the professional circle or social circle might help you out. So you'll feel a little better here. And one thing which you need to be careful, of course, is your health. The Lagnesh ascendant Lord Venus is in the 2nd house. It's conjunct with Ketu. So with your health, you need to be a little careful. But when it comes to materialistic gains, I think this is a good time. This is a good month. Jupiter and Saturn are becoming direct in motion, aspecting your 10th house. So professionally also, this could be a time where you could get rewarded or get recognized for the work which you are doing. So you get some good words from your superiors, you get some encouragement from people at work, and it helps you in delivering better, it helps you in performing better. This month you should be a little careful with your wealth decisions. So any kind of a new investment which you might see, which might tempt you, you should be a little careful there. Read the fine print, consult with professionals, and then only go ahead with any major wealth decisions. Avoid any kind of impulsive expenditure. That is something which you should definitely do. The gains will be there, but the expenses are also on the rise. So you'll have to strike a balance over there. Those of you who are looking at some sale of land or acquiring any land, so land deals, you could see some progress happening over there. If you're looking at acquiring a new house or a new vehicle, etc., chances are that you finalize something, you kind of make some progress or make up your mind towards it. This is also a time to deal with disputes with a level head. Any old disputes might come up, and you might get the opportunity to deal with them and actually slowly finish them away. So make use of this opportunity this month and deal with these above issues. One thing which you need to be careful about is the presence of Venus and Ketu in the 2nd house. So while all this is happening, your speech or sometimes you not speaking up at the opportune time could make you lose some opportunities. So make sure that you communicate and communicate well within time. That is my advice to you. Then we move on to the next ascendant, that is Scorpio. So for Scorpio, we see Venus and Ketu in the ascendant. The 12th lord and the first lord, that is Mars and Venus, are in each other's houses. So we have the entry of Mars in the 12th house by the end of the month. We have Sun also entering the 12th house by the middle of the month. We have Jupiter and Saturn in the 3rd house. They are becoming direct. So a lot of activity is happening between the 3rd and the 11th house actually. Your Kama Trikon, the houses which represent your desires, desire fulfillment, worldly desires, are actually seeing a lot of movement this entire month. So this month you could actually see a lot of action happening in the first half of the month. Gain from career, some recognition in the field of your work, gain from career, gain from whatever you're doing. Workplace challenges get resolved in the first half of the month. The second half could be a little challenging, but this entire first half, planetary transits could actually bring in good results if you're really diligent, right? So time to put in that effort and reap the rewards later. So a lot of you who are looking at traveling overseas could also get chances to travel. There are travel chances which I see opening up for you. Those of you who are looking at some government favors or who are looking at some kind of a work sanction from the government could also land in some profitable state, or could gain some profit or gain from the government in the first half of the month. The second half of the month, I see more expenses, and you need to strike a balance between the gains and the expenses. The second half you have to be really, really careful about. The second half also makes you become a little careful about your sleep. So make sure that you're sleeping in time. Your sleep could be a little disturbed. A lot of heat related disorders, pitta related disorders could trouble you. So make sure that you eat very well, you eat healthy, and you sleep in time. That is very, very important for you this entire month. There are also possibilities of some injuries, of some cuts, burns, these kind of things happening, maybe minor injuries, but which need a little medical attention as well. So as I said, the second half of the month, we see a rise in expenditure. It could be some expenditure could be towards the medical expenses as well. This month also sees opportunities for you, those of you who are looking at a change of residence or a change of profile, change of residence, sale of house, moving to a new house. These kind of opportunities could also come up for many of you. Then we move on to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, you see the Lagnesh is in the second house along with Saturn and Jupiter. The Lagnesh becomes direct on the 18th of October. So we have Jupiter and Saturn both becoming direct in this month. We have Mercury, which is your 7th lord, your 10th lord in its own sign. And then we have an exchange between the 11th and the 12th lord by the end of the month. So Venus and Ketu are conjunct in the 12th house, and Mars moves on to the 11th house of Libra, which is Venus's sign. So here, this could overall bring in a lot of positive results for you. Mercury is in a strong position. We have Jupiter. Jupiter has become direct in motion. So any kind of gains which you were anticipating, money stuck somewhere which was there, you could see some traction over there. You could see it has started trickling back to you. Then monetary issues get resolved this entire month, or start resolving. You get some positive results from journeys. So if you're traveling somewhere, some kind of a positive results or fruitful journeys is what I would say. Sun moves on to the Labsthan, 11th house of gains. Though Sun moves into its sign of debilitation, that is Libra, but still I would say that this helps you out. So some kind of help comes from people, especially elder people or superiors at work, in terms of your work profile or otherwise as well. If you have other issues also, some kind of help from seniors helps you out, puts you in a gainful position. Then this month, while the income is more, the expenses are also there, but make sure that the expenses are not wasteful expenses, right? So do not waste out a lot of your gains. The comfort of your home increases this month. So we have the fourth lord Jupiter becoming direct. Home comforts, you maybe, you redecorate your home, you bring in some new things for your home which increases the level of comfort in your house. Such kind of things you could do. Some of you could also be planning for purchase of a new vehicle, so a new vehicle could be brought in. So these kind of things I see for you. Overall, it's a good month, provided you are doing everything with an amount of discipline. A disciplined routine will bring in good results, is what I would say. Jupiter and Saturn together in the second house is a very powerful combination, especially in the sign of Capricorn. So disciplined eating, disciplined routine is what is really required. Relationship wise, though, I would say that those of you who are married or those of you who already have a life partner, you're long engaged, things could be okay. But those of you who are still not settled, not yet married, in a relationship, looking at the prospects of marriage in the future, could face some challenges this month. So it's important that you keep your temper under check, keep your communication under check, and wait out any kind of a bad phase. So very important for you. Make sure that you are spending enough time with your partner also. So sometimes lack of time or not spending enough time with your partner could also bring in challenging situations. Now I move to the next sign of Capricorn. See, for Capricorn, we see Jupiter and Saturn together in the first house. Jupiter becomes direct. Saturn, the Lagnesh itself, is becoming direct on the 11th of October, which brings in a lot of relief. So in case you were going through any kind of a challenging situations, you start seeing some solution. Some solution is at hand or is reaching you in some time. So things start getting resolved mentally. If you were under a lot of stress, I would say this is also a period where whatever was occupying you mentally starts getting resolved and you see some help, see some light of the day. So hard work though will increase. Saturn is aspecting the 10th house with so many planets there. Sun and Mars are going to be there in the 10th house by the second half of the month. The Sun is in the sign of Libra in the 10th house. Mars is there. Mars and Venus are seeing an exchange by the end of the month. So a lot of activity in the 10th house, in the 9th house. So here, especially now with the aspect of Saturn on the 10th house, with the aspect of Jupiter on the 9th house, a lot of work related issues, education related issues could actually start getting resolved for you. So as I said, a lot of difficulties, whatever was weighing you down, all that is going to get sorted gradually. Those of you who are looking at any kind of a government favor, or you were looking at any kind of a government or employment, could also hear some good news. Those of you who are looking at a long pending promotion could also get some good news as time progresses. Financially, I think it's a time to keep a check on your resources. Though things are getting sorted out initially, gradually, this is also a time to keep a check on your resources. Make sure that your expenditure is under control. Some of you might look at a change of residence or sale purchase of some new land, possibilities for that. This is also a good time for any kind of a marriage alliance. So you might get a new match, a new alliance. I think it's time to take it, to look into it, to take some interest and see what kind of a match is coming for you. So things are slowly building up towards matchmaking scene. Those who are married also get to see a good phase of togetherness, spending more time with each other. and I think that is something which was lacking for a long time for Capricorn ascendant. Also a time for a lot of family relationships, family relatives coming and meeting you. So overall I would say that this is a month where you will see a lot of positive things happening gradually, work wise, in terms of your relationship, etc. So things get a little sorted and slowly start you start getting de-stressed. Then I move on to the next sign of Aquarius. For Aquarius, you see Jupiter and Saturn are in the 12th. Saturn is the Lagnesh and it's in the 12th house currently, though it will become direct by the 11th of October. So here we see more of hard work getting put in and less results as such. So you put in a lot of hard work. This is a time where you should actually put in a lot of due diligence, perseverance, and then do on your work, carry on with your work. Results would come, but would show in a little slowly as such. So this will take a little time. The first half at least will see you doing more of hard work, putting in more efforts than you actually gain. So here I would also say with the conjunction of Venus and Ketu in the 10th house, there could be occasions where you come into conflict with people at work, come into conflict with your boss. So do not spoil your relationship with people at work just because sometimes you are just little tired of handling them, or sometimes it's your communication which could be very cut and dry. So these kind of situations could just spoil some relationships, or at least give chances of getting relationships spoiled, but you have to handle all this very, very maturely. In your Trik Bhavas, the 6th, 8th and 12th houses, there are a lot of planets. The 6th house is empty, but the 8th house has Sun, Mars, Mercury. The 12th house again has Jupiter and Saturn. So a lot of, I would say, sometimes a person goes through a lot of adverse situations and then slowly things get better. That of course depends on the kind of dasha you're undergoing. So you should avoid any kind of a situation where you get into any wrongdoing. So anything where it's the time to actually walk the straight line, do whatever you're supposed to do dutifully, and then leave the rest. That is my advice to the Aquarius ascendant. Also do take care of your sleep. So the first half of the month could actually bring in some sleep disorders or lack of sleep because of stress, etc. But I think it's important that you focus on all these things, and these are all very temporary short-term issues which you might be undergoing as of now. So slowly things get settled in, things get sorted out, and as we see the transit of Jupiter and Saturn in the near future, things will look up for you. Then we move on to the next sign of Pisces. Pisces, you see the ascendant lord, that is Jupiter, is in the 11th house along with Saturn. Jupiter will become direct on the 18th and Saturn will become direct on the 11th of October. So this is a position of gain. The Lagnesh is in itself the 11th house. So house of gains, all your desires which you were waiting to get fulfilled, your desire fulfillment happens to some extent. This is a time to while a lot of materialistic things are taken care of, this is a time to take care of your health. Why? The 6th lord Sun is moving on to the 8th house. So any kind of a chronic issue, any kind of a long standing problem, make sure that you're taking care of it. Make sure that you're spending a lot of time on maintaining your good routine, managing your health properly, and that is very, very important. This is also a period where you could get some mixed results in terms of your business, etc. Too many planets in the 7th house, and then a lot of Sun also moving out, Mercury and Mars together in the 7th for some time. So mixed results in terms of business. If you have some very important decisions to be taken, I would suggest that you wait out for a few more weeks and then take some important decisions as well. Also, if you have any decisions, or if you have any marriage related decisions to be taken, you want to get married, some match is there, some alliance is coming up, I would say pen this saying yes or no for some time, and that's when you get the maybe a few weeks later you get the right answers. This is also a time to pay focus on your relationship with your siblings. So there could be chances that some kind of a conflict springs up with your siblings, younger siblings especially. So it could be related to some inherited wealth, money which has to be shared, etc. So take your time, study the issue carefully, and then go on, then decide as to what you have to do. Family life also seems to be a little volatile, I would say, because the fourth house also could actually pose a lot of problems sometimes for some of you, especially if you're not undergoing a very favorable dasha right now. So domestic harmony has to be focused on. Work on your family environment has to be nice, has to be congenial, and avoid any kind of unnecessary fights, unnecessary heated arguments, etc. That is something which you have to avoid altogether. This is also a time which is good for money. So sometimes you might also come across there could be some gain from hidden sources. So there's some money which maybe you had not bothered about or written off, which comes to you, unearned money, or some gift from your parents, or some insurance money which is now matured. Hidden money and not expected, unexpected gains you could come into in this month. So this is a time where actually overall, if I say, fulfillment of your desires happens, but at the same point in time, in terms of business, etc., you should be a little careful. Be careful with regard to your relationships with your siblings, and try to carry on whatever you're doing in a straight line. So sometimes when the time is challenging, it's better to do whatever you're doing dutifully, and then wait for the results to show up a little later. So that was all about all the 12 signs, all the 12 ascendants. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Till then, take care, and do remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much.